In this video, we're going to talk about blue jays. Now, you probably know them as those beautiful, and let's be honest, very noisy birds in your backyard. But I'm willing to bet there's a surprising story of incredible intelligence, forestry, and survival hidden behind those familiar blue feathers. So, that's the big question, right? Is the blue jay really more than just a loud, pretty bird? Well, let's find out. We're going to uncover some of the hidden depths and really surprising complexities of this amazing creature. So here's our game plan. First up, we'll meet the blue jay and its pretty impressive family. Then, we'll take a look at a day in its life. We'll explore its complicated relationships, as both a friend and a foe. And then we'll discover its secret job as a forest planter. And finally, we'll get to the really cool part, its surprising intelligence. Alright, let's get properly introduced. We'll start with the basics. What kind of creature is the blue jay exactly, and where in the world can you actually find one? Okay, first thing you need to know, blue jays aren't just any bird. They belong to the corvid family. And if you know anything about birds, you know this is basically the genius family. We're talking about the brainiacs of the bird world. Crows, ravens, you name it, all famous for their incredible problem-solving skills. So where do they live? Well, you'll find these birds all over the eastern half of the continent. They're super adaptable, so they're just as happy in a deep forest as they are in a busy suburban backyard. Chances are, if you live in eastern or central North America, you've got some of these clever birds as neighbors. Now that we know where they hang out, let's get a little more personal. We're going to take a look at the day-to-day life of a blue jay, what they eat, how they raise a family, and just how long they stick around. For all that noise and personality, a blue jay's life is actually pretty short. They typically only live for about 2 to 3 years in the wild. And because their life is so short, raising the next generation becomes this really urgent, really crucial part of their existence. So in that very short time, a pair will usually lay a clutch of about 3 to 5 eggs. The whole goal is to get as many of these little guys as possible to adulthood, but, as we're about to see, that is a huge challenge. And this just shows you how vulnerable they are. It's really tough out there. On average, less than half of all nests will ever see a single chick survive long enough to leave. Those eggs in little nestlings are, unfortunately, a very popular meal for a lot of other animals. Now, to survive, blue jays themselves are definitely not picky eaters. They're omnivores, so they eat pretty much everything. Acorns, berries, insects, spiders, caterpillars, you name it. But here's the controversial part of their diet. They're also known predators that will raid the nests of other birds to eat their eggs and young. And that right there leads us directly to the blue jay's really complicated reputation. To other birds, they're a major threat, but they also play this vital role in the health of the entire ecosystem. So, are they a friend or a foe? It's like they have this total split personality. On one side, they are a serious nest predator, a real danger to other songbirds. But on the other, they are one of the most important helpers in the entire ecosystem, literally responsible for planting entire forests. But it's really important to remember that it is a two-way street. While blue jays are predators, they are absolutely also prey. Their own nests get raided all the time by animals like squirrels, raccoons, snakes, and even their own smarty-pants cousins, the American crows. But let's get back to their role as a forest planter, because this is what makes the blue jays so incredibly important, especially for the mighty oak tree. Let's take a look at how a single bird can literally plant an entire forest. It's a pretty simple but amazing process. First, they use those strong bills to grab acorns. Then, and this is the cool part, they can store several acorns at once in the special expandable part of their throat. They fly off, bury these acorns in new spots to save for later, and here's the magic part. They bury so many that they totally forget where some of them are. And those forgotten acorns, they sprout into new oak trees. Okay, this brings us to the most amazing part of their story, which we've saved for last. We already know they're in the corvid family, the smart ones, but the true extent of the blue jay's intelligence is really only just now being understood. And believe it or not, it was only in 2023 that a scientist saw something absolutely groundbreaking, an observation that just completely changed what we thought we knew about the mind of a blue jay. Take a look at this. The only other time tool use was ever documented in blue jays was way back in 1973, and that was with captive birds using bits of paper in a lab. And then, for 50 years, nothing. Silence. Until 2023, when for the first time ever, a wild blue jay was seen not just using a tool, but actually creating one. So let's just recap the most mind-blowing takeaways here. They are part of the genius corvid family. They are essential for planting oak forests, all thanks to that unique throat pouch. They live this crazy double life as both a feared predator and a vital helper. And finally, that 2023 discovery proved they are sophisticated tool users out there in the wild. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a bird we see every single day can hide this level of intelligence for so long, what other hidden talents might be waiting to be discovered, right in our own backyards? Alright, that is it this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.